Today we're going to do two colors next to each other. First, I'm going to show you how to tuck these extra strings in. So your extra string should only be like a centimeter or two long. But what you're going to do is you're just going to take your needle and tuck it behind the weaving you've already done. Kind of slide it under so that it kind of goes away. If this part was under, I might have to loop it around once so that way it doesn't leave that section. So let's take a few minutes to work on tucking in strings. If they're too long, you might need to cut them. But this one wasn't under, so I had to loop it around one more time, and then I'm going to tuck it under. As we are tucking, let's also use our fork and push up our string. You should be tight enough so you don't see the warp, the up and down strings, or you see them very little. And you will also be choosing two new colors that will be next to each other. All right, once you have your colors, doesn't matter which side you start from, but choose one color and go ahead and loop it through your needle or thread it through your needle. Some friends were having trouble with this coming out last time. I just need you to have enough that it doesn't pull out when you pull it. And if it does pull out, it's okay. All right, to do side-by-side colors, you only need to go to the halfway point. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strings. 9 is not an even number, but there is a middle string. So let's find it. Going in from the middle, here's my middle string. I'm only going to weave till the string. So looks like this one ended over. So I'm going to go under, over, under, and stop. I'm going to pull through like at the other times, leaving just enough to tuck under later. And then I'm going to go back. This one started over, or sorry, this one stopped underneath. So I'm going to go over, under, over, under. So it's like what we were doing before, but you're only going halfway. You're only looping around that middle string, which is that 5th string. This one ended up over, so this one should go under. Otherwise, it will unravel. Remember, don't pull too tight. You don't want your warp strings to pull tight. And don't keep them too loose so that there's like extra loops hanging out. But weave, pull just enough. You can use your fork to push it up. Actually, for this one, don't push it up too much because we need to do something else. So just make sure you're not pulling too tight. So this is going to be longer than our other section because we're using the same amount of string, but in a narrower section. And like I said, don't bunch it yet with your fork. I forgot that we need to do something special with it. So keep it kind of loose, but not too loose. At a certain point, your needle might get too long to use, so just keep going with your fingers. Okay. When we get to our second piece, we kept these loose because we need to see these gaps. So let me try to zoom in a little bit here. So there are gaps in your weaving. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. And when we weave the second color, we're going to go into those gaps, kind of interlocking them. So if like your fingers are the weaving, they will interlock like this, every other one on top of each other. So you'll take your second string, string it through. I started under, over, and then you can either go below or above it. I'm going to go below. I'm going to find my first green loop, go under it, and loop through. So each time you touch the middle string, you go to a new gap in between these green loops. So now that I've looped through my gap, I'm going to go back. I have to go under, over. Okay. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go to the next gap. So here's a green string. Let me spread this out so you can see it. So here's a green string that has this first orange one. I'm going to go to this next one. And then I can push that next string up because I'll go under this next string next time. Okay, this gap already has a string in it, so I'm going to go underneath, go to this next gap. Keep weaving like normal. Okay, here's my next gap. Okay, push that up, aiming for this next gap. It looks like I can do one more this way. Why not? Actually, oh, well, it might work. I might be able to tuck it in the middle. Yep. So I'm going to cut it a little bit to tuck it. Okay, so this one, since it's an under, I'm going to loop it one more time so I don't lose its edge, and I'm going to tuck it. Okay, this is an under, so I'm going to loop it around so it has its edge and tuck it under. Okay, I'm going to tuck this one under. Okay, so now that I've interlocked them and I don't need to see them as much anymore, I'm going to go ahead and push them up with my fork. Now, if you get to this point and you are done for today and you want to do another set of interlocking or another bar, you can do that. Next time, I will show you how to do one of these. So it's interlocking, but it's kind of a step-by-step tier. So you can decide if you want to use the technique again that we used, or if you want to add a new color to the bottom if you are done for today. I think with mine, I'm going to do orange and green the other way. You could also do this in smaller sections if you want to. They have to be odd numbers. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, let me know if you want to try to do a odd number. We can experiment together. Or you could do 4, 4, and 2 in the middle. A little too much. Okay. Next cap. Oops, too tight. Oops, forgot that I was going between. It's okay. There we go. Okay, let's push it up.